Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Excited to start the season. Guys have been working really hard for several months now. I don't think we're playing as well as I would like, but some of that's probably because we've had to battle some injuries and are a little low in numbers. But that's part of basketball. It's a long season. You're going to have ups and downs, but I think our guys are excited to get started. We've learned some things about our team here the last couple games that have been good for us, and now it comes real quick. We've got 2 games this week and another one right after that following Wednesday. So now you got to really try to make hay during an important time, and I think our guys are primed and ready, and we've been practicing well. I think our senior guards are playing very well in a lot of areas, and excited to see what some of our young players do in their first action of the season. Questions?
Coach, you mentioned the injuries. Any change with Eli or Malik?
No, Malik is still not practicing. Eli we'll see if he can go. He did a little bit of light shooting this morning, and so today will be his first practice in a while if he can do it. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't know where that's going to be after today's practice. We'll know a little more.
Some of the judgment on Eli with the pace of Citadel plays, and they're kind of more up and down as opposed to more happening. Will that kind of maybe factor in as whether he goes more?
I don't think so. I think it'll just be, if the doctors say he can go and he feels like he can help us, then we'll see how it goes. But there could be a chance that he tries and it doesn't work out too. So at this point I just don't know what to tell you other than it's probably just going to be a game time decision.
As far as what he's done on offense early, is that something you feel like you can transfer into the regular season?
Yeah,
How have you seen him
absolutely.
grow?
Absolutely. He's been practicing very well. David's been shooting the ball really well from the perimeter. I think he's playing with more confidence than last year. Some of it is just, I think the end of last season, he started playing better, late in the tournament and in all those areas. And now he's just grown more confident from that. And, I just think it's always difficult to join a team in the middle of the season when rotations are kind of set and, roles are defined in a lot of ways and you're trying to figure it out. And the easiest way to figure it out, and he was smart enough to realize the best way to figure it out on last year's team for us was to come in and defend and rebound. And that was his niche. That's what we needed him to do. And he did that. But now his development as a player, his growth, lends itself to him now being more of a focal point on offense. And so he certainly is a guy that is capable of making 3 threes in a game like he did the other day. And I'm excited to watch him play this year.
What specifically would you like to clean up?
Defensively, we just haven't been where we need to be. Our communication has been poor. I think a little bit. There are times when our older players, forget that we've got a couple young guys out there, and there's a few switches that we're taking a little for granted. We're supposed to talk and touch when we switch, and we're not really doing that. And so we've had some miscommunication, and it's resulted in layups for opponents, and that's one for sure. And that's a big one, and it's been consistent for 2 games, so it's not a one-time thing. Now we've done better in the second half of both games of kind of correcting that, but for whatever reason we started both games with very poor communication and some defensive discipline.
Coach, you talked about a couple of your new guys, Newman and Tyson, the other night. Javen White didn't play a whole lot of minutes. What have you seen from him so far?
Well, certain games are just harder for guys than others, and I think that was kind of a game that was hard for him. He's a good athlete, finishes well around the rim, can block a few shots. Still learning kind of how we do things. I think we're probably a lot different than how they played at Oral Roberts, and so because of that, it's probably hasn't come quite as easy as all of us would have liked. But when he just reacts and plays and isn't kind of caught thinking too much, he can do some nice things. He rebounds the ball well, and he's an athletic finisher around the rim.
You got a chance to win your 150th game in your time here at Clemson. What would that
achievement mean to you after all the ups and downs of your career here?
Well, certainly I'm, just happy that I've been at Clemson as long as I have. Hope to be here a long time. It's, it's been a journey, a process, and, that's the way it is in a lot of programs at this level. It's, there's a lot of us that are, we're fighting the good fight for a good while, to try to get over the hump, and be a consistently, really good program. And, so I'm, I don't really worry about games and wins and all that, but just, I am proud of the fact that, whatever, I'm starting my 9th season here, and we've had a couple of really good teams, and the program is in a good place, from facilities to, graduating players, all the things that you want to be proud of as a head coach.
Brad, you've done a lot since you've been here as far as winning basketball games, but you've seen the facilities grow up around you, and the fan base is starting to come back into Little John, and they're expecting a lot after last year. What do you tell the fans this year, expectation-wise, as they go into the season?
I don't need to tell our fans too much. They're going to think whatever they want to think. I'm excited that, that they're hopefully getting behind our team again, and come quickly. We need you. I think, sometimes we wait a little bit until the end of football, and that's pretty long usually, especially here recently. So we need them before that, and it has a major impact on our players in terms of just, how they feel about being a Clemson basketball player, and how much they're appreciated and supported and recognized, and I think those things matter. So hopefully we're going to give them a product that they enjoy watching. I think our guys compete very hard. I know they work really hard every day, both in practice, in the weight room, on their own, in their games. I know they're the types of young men that people can be proud of. I think we have the kind of program that Clemson fans are proud of and should be proud of, and there's some other places going on with things going on right now that aren't real proud of what's going on. So hopefully all that means that people want to get behind these guys and support them. And, we're just excited to play in front of our fans again this year. Playing last year was fantastic.
Just one